a force unbroken, with banners high and hearts awoken. The sound of pipes, our war is calling. Like thunderous waves, our duty is falling. Stand tall, together we fight, with courage found in every breath. We'll fight like lions, defy our death. In unity our hearts shall sing the legacy of warriors through every reign. With battle cries we forge our fate, in fields of valor we elevate. As shadows loom, our spirits gleam. Brothers in arms, we are the dream. Fearless, we take the night, with courage found in every breath. We'll fight like lions, defy our death. In unity, our hearts shall sing the legacy of warriors through every reign. As dawn breaks, we know our name.
Do you know your name? I know my name. It's Nighthawk, and I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. We'll give some people a chance to come in if they want to. If not, they can always watch this later on because it's going to be a short live. And basically, we are going to get into the subject of the mysterious phone booth of the Mojave Desert, the portal to nowhere. Okay? So, let me begin, and then I'll get into the chat. The mysterious phone booth of the Mojave Desert. The Mojave Desert, stretching across southeast California, southern Nevada, extending into Arizona and Utah, covering over 40,000 square miles based on your configuration, considered the driest desert in the north. It's also held mysteries and bizarre secrets, often going unseen by man. Something was different about this location. It seemed quiet and creepy. Maybe it's just because the one lone phone booth that Pacific Bell had placed there on a tiny concrete slab in the 60s. When people started noticing that the phone would ring every time they would show up at the location, unannounced. When Pacific Bell put this phone booth in place, they had no idea how long the mystery was unsolved and basically talked about. At first, the calls came from around the United States, South America. Then they extended into Africa, Australia, and all around the world. These phone calls started again when people showed up. Almost the people on the other end of the phone would, and the people on the other end answering the phone booth would either deny them or give them the forgiveness. And it became quite the thing and pretty epic all the way up until rough phone booth became like a certain mailbox at a certain location in another desert we all know, near a numbered location. This phone booth acted like a connection or a conduit from the unknown to humanity. Its location is still kept secret, but there is a marker when you go out there looking for it. This phone booth location has always been something of a secret. Often people would visit. Often people would even camp overnight and camp there until the phone rang. First couple of years, the calls were like confessionals, just no judgment on either end of the line. Normal conversations, nothing sadistic or creepy was reported at first. But then, all of a sudden, one day, late in the 1989, a young man out overnight. We waited for that phone to ring. Well, about 2 o'clock in the morning, that phone rang, and it woke him up. So he answered the phone. And as he answered the phone, he couldn't help but notice there were things happening above him in the sky. And as he looked up in the sky, he saw the lights, orbs flying around all over the sky above his head in brilliant white and yellowish colors, and often blue. One thing led to another, conversation became dark, and the voice on the other end of the phone became almost staticky and sounded like a demonic voice. And it said to him, "I see you. I'm watching you. I know you. And I see you." It kept on saying it over and over again to this young man. This young man got so creeped out that he decided to leave the area as quickly as possible. So he ran, jumped into his car, and he tore off out of there. The one call was so demonic sounding, telling the person answering the ring, "We are watching you." The young man ran to his vehicle, hopped in the vehicle, and the next thing you know, he's racing down the road, causing this young man to race almost out of control, away, never to return again. Kind of creepy, don't you think? Well, soon, other people started noticing oddities about the location. Oddities that couldn't be explained. Vibrations and stuff when people were sitting next to the phone. They could feel the vibrations coming from the ground. Uneasy feelings. Feelings of dread and the unknown happening to people at the location. Services got a hold of the stories coming out of, and they decided to basically phone and the phone booth removed. Now, there is a marker there in the desert. I'm not going to say, but I'm sure if you know that area that you frequently and often, you'll find a marker. And that marker will look like a tombstone, decorated in mosaic design. Because in the year 2000, in May, the Pacific Bell Company removed that phone from that land, removing the concrete slab to let me pull up another picture here. Removing the concrete slab, and now it's just an empty spot that the desert has reclaimed. The supernatural realm doesn't even exist anymore there. Or does it? You see, because of them removing it in May of 2000, that location of the Mojave Desert consumed where it used to be. And I'm not even sure if the marker that they placed there in place of that phone booth was placed in the right location. So if anybody is out there in the Mojave Desert area, hiking around or driving around and admiring the driest place in North America, and probably the hottest, watch the skies. See if you can see the mysteries that this young man was scared so badly by above his head. Watch for the orbs. Listen for the voices. We all know that when the wind blows, the voices do come out. To this day, no, including the park services or anybody that phone booth that rang and rang, and to this day, nobody can figure out why that phone rang and how those people around the world got that phone number. You're talking about calls coming from Africa, Australia, Russia, Canada, all around the world. People confessing, people talking about the bad things that happened in their lives, or wanted to hear about the life of the person on the other end of the phone. You have to ask yourself, was that phone booth a portal? Was it a conduit to the supernatural? To the fallen? Or was it just a weird, freakish coincidence of interference from a phone booth that was literally out in the middle of nowhere? And nobody knew that he even worked. So nobody really worried about it as far as the park services go. But you have to wonder, why did those phone calls start becoming so dark, so demonic? And you have to ask yourself, was that a phone line to hell? Was it a phone line controlled by other beings? because it certainly happened. And you have to ask yourself, why? And where did that portal go to when the phone booth was removed? That's the other thing you got to ask yourself. I'm going to go and say hello to everybody, whoever's here. Ray, good to see you. Dario, good to see you. Kyle, good to see you. Heather, good to see you. Others will watch later. They're probably watching the president's great speech tonight. That's a whole nother topic altogether I don't get into. Testing the waters tonight, guys. Just wanting to see how the signal was tonight and tell you guys that little story. See, portals and gateways, they exist. Portals can be anything. They can be opened through vibration and frequency. They can be opened through personal energies. They can be opened through ceremony. They can be opened through mirrors, water, especially running water. Here's one for you. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror as if you're a female putting on your makeup or whatnot, and if you're a male shaving or grooming? Look in the mirror by your sink in your bathroom and ask yourself why back in the 70s and 80s it was something to say the Bloody Mary thing 3 times. Because back then the forces of this world knew that those portals can be open as soon as you open something, it wants to come through. With portals. Christopher, good to see you. You know, there's a lot to be said about the mysteries of this world, and that's just one of them, the phone booth. Not to mention some of the other mysteries that we see that we don't even really acknowledge every day. Portals that basically open up right above our heads that some people don't want to even know that they exist, that you can't see in storms and lightning storms and thunderstorms, but they're there. You see, energy is the gateway. And your energies are just one of the keys to unlock it. And you wonder why so many people can come up missing. I don't wonder anymore. Don't need to. With that being said, I want to wish everybody a very, as said, if you just now getting in, Bounty, good to see you. You can watch this from the beginning and listen to the story. I'm going to try and do at least 1 or 2 of these 25-minute stories a week. And I'll probably put a video instead of doing a live. lives always seem to not work very well. But until then, Scott, good to see you. Until then, you all can watch for videos. And the Saturday and Sunday mornings will be starting at noon now instead of 11:30 Eastern time. So that means 9 o'clock on the West Coast in the morning. So be careful. Enjoy your life. Show no fear. And question everything, guys. Until this weekend, I'll see you all again. And stay safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Take care, everybody.
The sky turned black, the stars fell down. United we stand, but we're losing ground. One world beneath the iron fist. Voices silenced, they cease to resist. Echoes of hope in the darkening night. Fading whispers of a lost